What's up everybody, my name is Toxic, here again with some big Rust console news. Whether it's good or bad, you're going to hear it today. This time we're talking about what is officially dropping in next week's monthly update. Double 11 have confirmed that both the military base monument and the new recoil system is set to head to the main branch. This one's stirring up a lot of conversation in the community right now, which we will definitely get into. Before we truly get into the monument breakdown as well as the new recoil, we have some new skins as well as a new DLC that has come in with the desert military base. So as for the new skins, these were all re-releases from the feedback form for skins that the community wanted to come back for this week. We have got the sort of Doctor Hazmat suit as well as a new skin for the SAR and for the DB. Alongside with this, the DLC coming with the desert military base is going to be none other than the lumberjack suit. This will come with a hazmat and also a couple tools. I'm really actually surprised they didn't see the opportunity to bring the nomad hazmat with this, considering that was advertised as a desert sort of hazmat, and yet they brought the lumberjack out for this. Anyways, still happy we're going to be getting it. Let me know what skins you picked up, and if you're going to be picking up this new DLC when it comes to main branch. I guess it will come next week. So we've had the recoil system on the public test branch for a while, and after Double 11 shared that feedback form, it looks like they've decided to go through with it despite the mixed reactions. So in today's video, we're going to break down everything coming in this update and what the player base is saying, whether this is new recoil is a dub or an L for us legit players. First up, the new monument, the desert military base. So this one's been teased for months and is finally making its way into the live version for Rust Console Edition. It's a mid-tier monument located across the desert biome, featuring an MLRS rocket platform, military tunnels, and a solid mid-game loot, similar to how the Arctic Research Base or Train Yard changed the flow of the map. The desert military base introduces new ways to play around vehicle spawns and adds more rotation routes for desert based players. So if you've been stuck fighting over airfield and launch every wipe, this new spot is going to mix that up massively. Expect higher PvP traffic around this area for the first couple of weeks after it drops. It also ties into the MLRS rocket system that was recently added. So now there's consistent way to find and use rockets without relying on luck. It's another step forward for console, finally catching up to PC's map diversity, and personally this one's a solid dub. But with the more monuments we get, we need bigger maps. But I've gone into that to death now, and I think we definitely need bigger maps, but we need more populated servers before that. I'd rather have 150 to 200 pop servers on 3.5k maps than 4k maps and 100 cap servers. There definitely just needs to be an overhaul with the map size and the population size. I think that's evident now. The community is asking for it. We're now on new gen, so what is the excuse? So let's get into why you're probably watching this video. The big topic being the new recoil system. So if you've been on the PTB, you already know what's coming. So Double 11 have been testing out this new recoil setup for weeks, gathering player data and opinions through that official feedback form. And from what it looks like, they're going to be rolling out to the main branch next week. And again, this stuff is subject to change. Now, here's the deal. The new recoil system is a full overhaul to how weapons behave on console. It literally will change the game and how you play the game, especially when it comes to PvP. So for anyone that doesn't know it, this will change the game and how you've been playing it since it came out. This is a huge deal for Rust Console. The biggest change is how guns like the AK, Custom, SMG, MP5 and Tommy handle when crouching versus standing. Previously, Rust Console hadn't had that, specifically for the AK, Custom, SMG, MP5 and Tommy. You could stand and crouch when shooting these weapons. These are the most PvP sort of driven weapons aside from the M2, but the M2 is an OP gun as it is. And to be fair, the M2 had an easier recoil, but you did have to crouch to get easier recoil. But now with all of these PvP driven weapons that we use, you have to crouch to get an easier recoil. With this new recoil, crouching gave a massive advantage, so it letting you almost laser your shots with barely any vertical recoil. The new system tightens that up. There's more movement, less control when standing, and more random feel overall. It's designed to make Rust Console feel like PC whilst balancing it for controller players. The idea makes sense, right? But not everybody is loving it, and to be honest, that's including me. A lot of players have praised the new recoil for making PvP more skill based. It takes more control, more practice, and forces you to actually learn the spray patterns again instead of crouch spamming and deleting people with perfect beams. For players who enjoy the grind and realism, this update is a big improvement on that. But on the flip side, a lot of legit players, especially on controller, are saying this new recoil feels punishing. The biggest issue is that cheaters using mouse and keyboard and scripts can easily counteract this. Scripts allow them to control recoil perfectly, stand and crouch faster, and beam targets with zero effort, while controller players struggle to keep shots on target because of the increased vertical kick. Not to mention, before even shooting the weapon, you need to be crouched if, again, it is mid to long range, whereas if it's short range, you could probably stand up and kill the opposition. But that's where the frustration comes from. The update aims to balance PvP and make gunplay fairer, but in practice, it actually is giving script users even more of an advantage over legit players. Players without macros or scripts have to adapt to the new spray control, whilst cheaters can literally script perfect beams. On Reddit and Discord, feedback has been mixed. Some console players love the realism and challenge, others are asking for tweaks before it even hits main branch. But as of right now, Double 11's feedback post suggests they're moving ahead with the new recoil system as is, possibly with more balance and tweaks coming in later patches. So what does this mean going forward? Well, expect gunfights to feel completely different next week. Weapons like the AK and MP5 will require more skill to control. Close range PvP will be more unpredictable, and crouch beaming might finally lose its dominance. That said, if Double 11 want to make this update stick, they're going to need to keep tightening anti-cheat measures. With recoil changes this big, scripts become even more noticeable. It's a solid step forward for the meta, but only if they can level the playing field for us legit players. Overall, this upcoming update is one of the biggest that we've had in a while. We've got a new monument, new recoil, and a full shake-up to how fights play out across every map. The desert military base is a clear dub for the game. You've got new loot, new PvP spots, and more variety for base placement. The recoil update though is going to divide the community for quite a while. It adds challenge, sure, but it's also highlighting the gap between controller users and people using scripts on mouse and keyboard. So if Double 11 can fine tune it and address the cheater side, we could be looking at it as a stronger, more competitive version of Rust console heading into 2026. So yeah, that's pretty much my opinion on things. That's everything coming with the next week's monthly update. We've got the desert military base, which is confirmed. The new recoil is going to be going live, and the wipe is about to feel completely different. So let me know in the comments how you feel about this update. Do you like the new recoil, or do you think it needs more work before going live? And do you think Double 11 should be doing more to counter cheaters using macros or mouse and keyboard? So if you found this breakdown helpful, be sure to drop a like, subscribe for Rust and Rust console news, and as always guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.